Welcome, gamers, computer newbies, or even pros looking for a review. I'm sure you're here today because you have been considering building your own PC. But with so many options, you might need some help. Rest assured that after today's tutorial on PC builds made easy, you will be confident in getting exactly what you need to fit your own PC dreams. Well, before we begin, I'd like to tell you just a little bit about myself. My name is Will, and I am a junior at Tennessee Technological University, and I am currently concentrating in data science and artificial intelligence. And so now that you know a little bit about me, let's get started. Building your own PC can be a daunting task. We all have varying degrees of knowledge of computer hardware, but nowadays companies have specialized, and you can find parts for each person's aesthetic and practical needs. But with such a vast collection of parts, it can be difficult to know which pieces are right for you. You may be a YouTuber looking for a computer to edit videos with, or a remote employee looking to upgrade your home office. Each person's needs must be considered when choosing their PC build. That's why today we are going to cover what your needs are, what are your choices for parts, and what do these parts do, and finally a quick overview of how to assemble your build. A computer at its basic level is just a collection of parts. These parts include the CPU, GPU, RAM, storage, and a motherboard. For any build, you will need to find these parts in a manner that fits your budget. Alright, so let's get into the parts. First, we have the CPU. Otherwise known as the Central Processing Unit, it is also often referred to as the computer's brain. The CPU is responsible for processing interactions between the computer's different parts. The CPU will fetch, decode, and then execute instructions, and then based off of these instructions, it will direct the other hardware components. CPUs consist of cores. Additional cores will grant you increased processing power, but they are not inexpensive. Depending upon your needs, you may be able to get by with just a dual core, but if you're running demanding programs or simulations, you may want a hexa or even a deca core. The GPU, otherwise known as the Graphics Processing Unit, is essentially a circuit capable of performing mathematical calculations at high speeds. It is responsible for graphics rendering. This could include images, textures, or 3D model generation. Compared to a CPU, the GPU is made up of smaller, more numerous cores, which allow it to handle larger amounts of data necessary for rendering graphics. Below, we have listed different types of GPUs, their benefits, and recommended uses. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time. RAM, otherwise known as Random Access Memory, is memory storage used for quick access. You may think of it as the working memory of the computer. RAM handles any temporary data that might be needed to execute an instruction or program. RAM is a crucial component to handling resource-heavy applications, and insufficient RAM will severely decrease that application's performance. RAM is typically measured in gigabytes, and depending on the demands of your needs, you may need 8, 16, or 32 gigabytes of RAM. Next up, we have storage. There are two different types of storage used when building a computer: HDDs and SSDs. HDDs work by storing data on a magnetic disk, whereas SSDs store data electronically in flash memory. Nowadays, SSDs are much superior to HDDs because they are much faster and more durable. The one positive to HDDs is that they are cheaper per gigabyte. If you are only using your computer for work or school, then you shouldn't need more than 512 gigabytes, but if you have more demanding needs, such as gaming, then you may need as much as 1 to 2 terabytes. For the final essential part, we have the motherboard. The motherboard is the component that bridges together all other components. When choosing a motherboard, it's important to make sure all of your parts are compatible. The three main aspects you want to look for are the CPU socket, RAM support, and size. For the CPU socket, you want to make sure it's the socket intended for your CPU. Then you must make sure that the motherboard supports the type and amount of RAM you plan on using. And finally, there's the size of the motherboard. This is completely dependent on the form factor of the case you choose. Apart from the previously mentioned essential parts, you will also need some additional parts to finish off your build. These include a keyboard, a mouse, and a monitor. You can find these additional parts and all of the essential parts on a website like PC Part Picker. Next, let's take a moment to explore PC Part Picker. To begin with PC Part Picker, you will first want to go to your preferred search engine and type in the website's name. Once you get to the website, you will want to click the Start Your Build button at the center of your screen. Here, you will see listed all the essential and additional parts we previously discussed. Let's start with the CPU. Click the Choose a CPU button at the top of the list. PC Part Picker lists all the compatible CPUs and relevant information. This information includes the core count, rating, and price of the CPU. Let's look at the first option in the list. Here you can find an additional breakdown of user ratings and information about potential merchants. If the selected option fits your criteria, you will simply add it to your cart and then be taken back to select other parts. Next, we can take a look at the motherboard. PC Part Picker will automatically display options that are compatible with your selected CPU. On the left-hand side, you can find additional filters that will help you narrow down your options. Next, let's see a demonstration of the assembly process. Here we have our CPU and the compatible motherboard. You will install the CPU with the pins facing down. You will then install the cooling fan above the CPU. After this, you will then install the motherboard into your chosen case. Once installed, you will then identify the RAM slots and carefully install the RAM. We will then do the same for the GPU. Once all the parts are installed, you will close the case and you will have your completed computer. To close out, let's discuss all that we covered today. We covered your needs in relation to all the essential and additional parts necessary to build your PC, and we discussed PC Part Picker and its usefulness. And finally, we gave a demonstration on how to assemble your PC. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and I hope it gave you all that you were missing. Please go out today and start building your own PC.